Hello everybody, and I just smacked myself in the chin. Oh my god. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. What a weird past couple of months it has been. If you've seen my last video, you know kind of what happened there, which was a wreck. We're not gonna talk about that. But I did mention that I would talk about, you know, the past couple of months and, like, my mental health concerning that, which, you know, a lot of people don't like to talk about mental health, but it's something that everybody, like, has to deal with, even if you don't want to deal with it. So, my posting schedule was supposed to be, like, once every 2 weeks, just to get, like, a really good update, like, on tea, which, side note right now, tea has been strange. It's getting a lot easier to inject myself, maybe because, like, I'm just getting over, like, my fear of needles. I've noticed, like, a little bit of peach fuzz under my chin, and it's not, like, dark or anything. It's, like, really blonde, because I'm naturally really blonde, but my hair is blue. Because I'm naturally really blonde, it's just, like, in certain lights, like, it's really reflective, and I'm like, I don't like it, so I just shave it off. I think my voice is continuing to deepen, which is great, because I can never sing any of my favorite songs anymore. They're all, like, way too high for me. Maybe I'm just, like, less anxious about the changes now that I'm on tea, and I'm just kind of, like, rolling with what happens. Like, it doesn't matter as much. By this, I mean that since I'm actively passing in a public space, I'm not scrutinizing myself and looking for the tiniest change in my body or my voice or my face anymore. That I'm just, like, kind of cool with what's happening, and, you know, I'm not really noticing minuscule differences anymore. Okay. So this summer I've been struggling a lot more with, like a kind of depression. I suffered from depression for 3 years, about 3 to 4 years ago. It's not like suddenly I just, like, woke up and I was like, wow, I'm not depressed anymore. It was, like, not until, actually a couple months ago when I was thinking back and I was like, yeah, I really didn't have, like, those depressive, like, thought patterns and behaviors for the past couple years. So, it was, like, the 3 years back in high school, and then since then, it's not like I've really been, like, cured or anything. I still have, like, good days and bad days, and sometimes I fall into old patterns of behavior and stuff, but, like, for the most part, I'm pretty okay with myself. And then, like, summer kind of happened. Part of this has been, like, not being able to accomplish anything, just, like, constantly procrastinating. Along with making videos, I'm also, like, running a D&D campaign, and I, like, writing and editing a podcast that I'm producing myself, and, like, to complete those is not much. It just requires, like, constant time and effort, but all my time and effort is just, like, left the building, out the window. So, I have my notes to hopefully make this, like, a coherent video. I hope. Okay. I'm rambling again. And summer's just kind of been, like, one terrible thing after another for me. Which is shitty. So we're just gonna talk about some of the things that have happened to me this summer that I do not like. Okay. First, my boyfriend of 2 years dumped me, which you could probably tell from my previous video where I wrote a slam poem. I got dropped from my summer classes. Like, I was already, like, behind track to graduate with my degree, and I got dropped from those, so I was, like, even more behind. My car broke down twice. Like, the whole, like, doctor's thing with, like, my testosterone prescription has been crazy, like, super stress-inducing, and I don't like it. After I filmed the video about my trip to the lab and getting my blood drawn, a couple days after that I got the call from my doctor pretty much telling me what they had found and that they were reducing my testosterone prescription down a couple milliliters, and, like, I know it's for the best and that it like won't have any negative impacts on my transition. I'm just a nervous boy and like, ugh, what if things start going wrong? I got into a relationship that very quickly became very intense and codependent, which was unhealthy for all parties involved. I got into a fight with some people on a Discord server that I was on for trans guys about, who belongs in the LGBT plus community and like gatekeeping, like all that stuff. And I really don't want to go into it because it makes me mad every time I think about it. If you want details, you can at me on Twitter at Chris610B and I'll like talk about that with you guys. It just pissed me off because like all their points were like super inaccurate and it was. I'm not going to talk about it. Moving on. I had a kind of self-destructive night where I was just like treating myself and others in a very bad way, and I was like emotionally manipulative, and that just like ruined a whole bunch of things, and that took a while to get to fix. I'm not even sure if it's all fixed, man. Like, life sucks. My best friend of almost a year disappeared for 5 days without telling anyone, and it wasn't like I could just like drive over across an ocean to go check on them, see if they were okay. So I was very worried. Again, like I mentioned, I'm running a podcast. That's kind of like one of my main projects right now. It is severely understaffed, and I'm working on it mostly by myself, and there's like acting issues and technical issues, and I hate it, and it's so much stress, and like I'm not making it any better by procrastinating, but here I am procrastinating by being productive. Does that make any sense? It does not. I'm sorry. And now I have also been dropped from fall classes at the college that I was attending because something messed up with the fastfood.gov website and I wasn't notified, and then like when I did finally figure it out, it was like I had less than 24 hours to pay $1,000, and it was just a mess. And I don't like it. I also had another PTSD-induced panic attack this summer. I think the last one that I had before this was like 3 to 4 months back, and I'm just like tired of dealing with this. I just want to like be done with it. I don't want to live in fear anymore, and it's stressful and I don't like it. That seems to be a running theme right now. And like there's a whole lot of like smaller little things that like shouldn't matter too much, but there's just like so many of them in like such a short amount of time, paired with like also the really big things that are happening this summer, and I'm just like super stressed out. I don't like it. So since all of this is happening and I'm falling back into old like depressive behaviors, I'm sleeping a lot more, I'm staying up real late and then not getting up until well into the afternoon. And like it did take me like a good hot minute to like self-identify this as not normal behaviors and as sort of like a seasonal depression. It's not as bad as it was years ago when I was suffering from major clinical depression. And like I do have people that I can reach out to, and I'm like trying to talk to people, and I'm like seeing a therapist and all this. It's just like it's hard getting the motivation to just get up in the morning when my bed is like I could just stay there forever and not do anything. But that just like it's not productive and it's not helpful, and I need to be out there, even if I'm not living my best life, just living a life that is semi-fulfilling. Yes, like I am beginning to see a therapist, and she's like really cool. She's really easy to talk to, and she dresses in like funky clothes, and her hair is like a funky color, even though like she looks like an old grandma who would just like want to feed you cookies. So I'm like very relaxed with her, and like she actually knows what she's talking about, and she's gonna help me with some methods to help me recover from my PTSD and hopefully get beyond the point where I have a panic attack anytime my PTSD is triggered or like it comes up. So I'm super excited to work with her on that. I don't really know what my fall, winter, and spring schedules are going to be like, just because there's not really going to be much structure to my weeks anymore, other than like the occasional meeting with my therapist. Just because like I'm not at classes, I'm not like currently employed, which might change in the very near future, and I'm hoping it does. Like everything's like really unstable, and I'm not like sure what exactly is going on. So I guess we're just gonna roll with it. Maybe I'm gonna try and post every 2 weeks, or like maybe once every week. But I know for a fact posts are going to be extremely sporadic, so bear with me, please. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm really tired. I'm really hot and I'm not wearing any pants, so I'm gonna turn my fan back on. I don't know, I'm not really gonna ask you to like and comment on this video because there's not much to it. Like, it's just me complaining about my problems. Which, like, I know, like, people have it worse, but something someone told me once is, like, a person who drowns in a 7-foot pool is just as dead as someone who drowns in the ocean. So, my feelings are valid, your feelings are valid. I guess subscribe to my channel if you want more updates. You should probably hit that bell because everything's gonna be really sporadic, and I don't know if you want to know when I post, but anyways, okay, bye!